Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Morrowind. We are currently in the Urshulaku camp, where we have just been initiated into the tribe here. As an outlander, that is a rare, probably so far unprecedented honor. Anyway, we are now heading inside the wise woman's yurt, and we are going to ask her about
find me worthy of your attention.
Our involvement in the Nerevarim prophecies. So, they've told me of you, Outlander, or shall I say, Clemfriend. You are hard-headed and ignorant, but perhaps it is not your fault. My lord Ashkan says you will ask me about the Nerevarim prophecies. He also says I will test you against the Nerevarim prophecies. I must do as my lord Ashkan says. So ask your questions and I will test you. Okay, she's a bit hard on the surface, but perhaps we can break the ice with her. So tell me about the Nerevarim prophecies. There are many Nerevarim prophecies and they suggest many things. Aspect and uncertain parents, the moon and star, sleepers, 7 curses. The curse is Bane, the prophecy of the stranger, the prophecy of the 7 visions, the lost prophecies. Okay. Ask me of these things, if you are patient, if you would be wise, or if you are impatient to know, just ask, do I pass the test or the Nerevarim prophecies? Do I pass the test of the Nerevarim prophecies? Go ahead, Outlander. I am the wise woman. Ask your questions, and I will answer. Okay, first tell me about the Nerevarim prophecies. Okay, this is the same thing. Fine. And then tell me about the aspect and uncertain parents. If what you say is true, you are indeed born on a certain day of uncertain parents. This is part of the prophecy, but many have the same birthday, and many are not sure of their parents. It is interesting, but it does not make you the Nerevarim. Yeah, I agree. So what's that about the moon and star? Legend says Indoril Nerevar's family standard bore the moon and star. Legend says Indoril Nerevar's family standard bore the moon and star, and Nerevar's armor and weapons bore this sign. Some say he bore a moon and star birthmark. Some say he has a magic ring marked with a moon and star. Others say he was born under a moon and star. In any case, I think the moon and star is the mark of the Nerevarim, and you do not have this mark, so you are not the Nerevarim. Okay, that's a very, very straightforward answer there. So in one aspect I am the Nerevarim, but in the other I'm not. Okay. Let's ask her about the about Nerevar. Maybe she has a new viewpoint on that. In ancient days, the deep elves and the great host of outlanders from the west came stealing the land and of the Dunmer. In that time, Nerevar was the great Khan and war leader of the house people, but he honored the ancient spirits of the tribal law and became one of us. So when Nerevar pledged upon his great ring of the ancestors, one clan under moon and star, to honor the ways of the spirits and rights of the land, all the tribes joined the house people fighting the great battle at Red Mountain. Okay, so I'm not sure if we've already heard that, but that's certainly interesting history there. That Nerevar is most commonly known as the leader of House Indoril, so he was one of the 5 houses of Morrowind, but he was also a great friend of the Ashlanders, which is a strange thing of a house person to be. Similar to an Oriel, who is also a friend of the Ashlanders and also the leader of House Telvanni. Anyway, let's read on. Though many Dunmer tribesmen and housemen died at Red Mountain, the Dwemer were defeated and their evil magics destroyed, and the Outlanders driven from the land. But after this great victory, the power-hungry Khans of the great houses slew Nerevar in secret, set themselves up as gods, and forgot Nerevar's promises to the tribes. But Nerevar will come again and cast down the false gods, and by the power of his ring he will make good his promises, honor the spirits, and drive the outsiders from the land. Okay, so she subscribes to the same view of history as the dissident priests, who are also saying that Nerevar did not die from Dwemer battles, but afterwards from being killed by Vivek, Almalexia, and Sotus Hill, the Almsivi, who are now the leaders of the Almsivi temple. Anyway, let's ask her again about the Nerevarin prophecies and continue on our way here. Tell me about the sleepers. I've met these people before, and they seem strange and crazy. Rumors say that in the towns, mad cultists called sleepers are attacking people, saying that Dagothur has awakened and will drive the Outlanders from Morrowind. Perhaps it is just a coincidence, but I think it is a sign of the Nerevarin. Not necessarily a sign that you are the Nerevarin, but perhaps the time of the Nerevarin has come. And you have come at the same time. This is not a passing test. This is not passing a test, but it may mean you have some part to play in the coming of the Nerevarin. Okay. That's reasonable enough. Tell me about Dagothur. Dagothur is the devil and an enemy. Dagothur and his beasts and servants are the source of many evils that beset the Dunmer and Morrowind. Dagothur dwells in fiery caverns beneath the Red Mountain, served by his kin called Ash Vampires, and by legions of deformed monsters. Yeah, we have met some of those. At any rate, let's ask more. What are the 7 curses? It is another Ashlander prophecy of the Nerevarin. It is called the 7 Curses of Sharmat. But I do not know it, and I know no one who does. It may be lost. Such things happen. A wise woman dies or forgets, or a clan is wiped out. Perhaps someone knows, but is keeping it secret. Perhaps it is in one of those many books of your settled peoples. I have heard that the dissident priests of the temple may have such books. Okay, so that's another overlap there with the dissident priests. Okay, anything else? Let's ask about the Nerevarin prophecies again, because that's the easiest way to have all these things in the same place. Let's ask about the stranger. This is the best known of the Nerevarin prophecies. We call it the stranger. When earth is sundered and skies choked black, the sleepers serve the 7 curses. To the hearth there comes a stranger, journeyed far neath moon and star. Through stark born to sire uncertain, his aspects mark his certain fate. Wicked stalk him, righteous curse him. Prophets speak, but all deny. Many trials make manifest the stranger's fate, the curse's bane. Many touchstones try the stranger. Many fall, but one remains. And that's that line over there is very familiar to me, as it's one of the lines that is written out in the intro of the game, the intro movie. So that's a little nostalgia right there. So that was the stranger, and And it tells of the Nerevarine, of course, as all the other things. And, you know, it kinda fits for an Oriole, so it's not really a problem for her that there is no contradiction in there with her being the Nerevarine. The prophecy of the 7 visions. Let's ask about that. The full title of the prophecy is 7 visions and of 7 trials of the incarnate. Listen, and I will tell you the verses. 7 trials. What he puts his hand to, that shall be done. What is left undone, that shall be done. First trial. On a certain day, to uncertain parents, incarnate moon and star reborn. Second trial. Neither blight nor age can harm him. The curse of flesh before him flies. Third trial. In caverns, dark Azura's eye sees, and makes to shine the moon and star. Fourth trial. The stranger's voice unites the houses. 3 halls call him Hortator. Fifth trial. The stranger's hand unites the Velothi. 4 tribes call him Nerevarine. Sixth trial. He honors blood of the tribe unmourned. He eats their sin and is reborn. 1 destiny. He speaks the law for Velot's people. He speaks for their land and names them great. What does this prophecy mean? It tells us who the Nerevarine will be and the trials he must undergo before he fulfills his destiny. Some parts I understand, some parts I do not. I will answer your questions as best I can, but I cannot pretend to understand it all. Okay, we shall ask some more questions. These are called the 7 visions, and they are also called the 7 trials. So let's ask about the 7 trials. The incarnate cannot fail. What others have tried, he will do. What Nerevar started, the incarnate shall finish. Okay. Then let's ask about the first trial. I think I have already fulfilled that one. This refers to your birth sign, to your birth on a certain day to uncertain parents, just like in the stranger prophecy. Yeah. In Tamriel, persons born under certain constellations are said to be fortunate in their aspects. Such persons are often blessed, or cursed, with remarkable abilities or weaknesses as a result of the magical conjunctions of celestial influences. Yeah, so my birth sign, which is the lady, is something that allows me to be the Nerevarine. Let's ask again, and let's let her tell it all again. Okay, so the second trial. I'm not sure what this means. Will the Nerevarine come as a spirit who is not harmed by blight or age? I don't know, but I think curse of flesh means the blight disease corpus, which causes terrible distorted growths on its victims. Perhaps the Nerevarine can heal this disease. Perhaps that will be the sign of the Nerevarine. Okay, so if we are to be the Nerevarine, we need to be able to cure the corpus disease. That's interesting. Third trial. In caverns dark, Azura's eye sees and makes to shine the moon and star. In legend, there is a shrine to Azura called the Cavern of the Incarnate. There are secrets I may not tell you about this cavern. Do not ask. Okay. Fourth trial. A stranger voice unites the houses. 3 halls call him Hortator. The Hortator is a war leader chosen when Dunmer great houses must put aside their normal feuds to unite against the common enemy. This has not happened since the Emperor invaded our land. So I should unite the 3 great houses then, I suppose. Fifth trial. A stranger's hand unites the Velothi. 4 tribes call him Nerevarine. The Ashlanders are sometimes called the Velothi, for the prophet Veloth, who guided us to this land many centuries ago, and the 4 tribes are the 4 tribes of Wardenfell, the Ursulaku, Ahamusa, the Zainab, and the Arabanimsan. It would truly be a miracle to unite these 4 tribes who have so long raided and warred with one another, but the Nerevarine must be the one who performs miracles. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I did not know that the 4 tribes are warring each other. That's new information. Let's ask about these 4 tribes. Let's start with the Ursulaku. The Ursulaku are Ashlanders of the Northern Ashlands and the West Gash. I'm the wise woman of the Ursulaku, and Ashkan Sulmatul is our chief, a brave and respected war leader and warrior protector of the Nerevarine cult. Yeah, we have known this. Tell me about the Ahamusa. The Ahamusa of the Gracelands are mild and peace-loving. The wise women of the Ahamusa, Sinamumirpal, is also their Ashkan. Okay, that's interesting. What about the Zainab? The Ashlanders of the Zainab tribe are sly and crafty. Their camp is in the interior of the Gracelands. And the Arabanimsan? The Arabanimsan of Molagmar love themselves and their weapons above all else. Their Eshkan Ulathpal is cruel and ambitious, and his Gulakans are just like him. Their wise woman Manirai is cautious and reasonable. Seek her counsel. Don't waste your speech on the war cans. Okay. So that was the 5th trial, and I should ask about the 6th trial now. I am not sure. The tribe unmourned may mean the 6th house, House Dagoth, which was exterminated after the Battle of Red Mountain. But it may also mean the Dwemer, or the Dwarves, as Westerners call them, and eating sin is doing atonement for another's sin. So I should do atonement for either the sin of the Dwemer or the sin of House Dagoth. And let's ask about the 7th trial. The cursed false gods must be the tribunal. They are surely false gods, evil sorcerers and necromancers, and they murdered Nerevar, so they may set themselves up as gods. Binds the broken must refer to Nerevar's broken promise to the Ashlanders to honor the ways of the spirits and rights of the land. Okay, so they are not fans of the tribunal. That's not news. Let's ask again because it's already gone down too far. And let's ask about the One Destiny. He speaks the law of Veloth's people. He speaks for their land and names them great. Veloth's people are the Dunmer, Old Dunmer, Ashlander and Great House. The last time the Velothi were united were with Nerevar at the Battle of the Red Mountain. Now Nerevar will come once again and unite the Dunmer. He will restore Morrowind to the Dunmer and restore the former greatness of the Velothi people. Yeah, that's pretty much the deal there. So let's ask about the next piece of text, the Lost Prophecies. There are Nerevarine prophecies that have been lost, the 7 curses, and others. Some are forgotten, some hidden, some deliberately lost. The wise women are the memory of the Velothi people, but it is a faulty memory, and we are mortal, and our knowledge dies with us. But we hear the dissident priests of the temple study our Nerevarine prophecies and record them in books. Such written words never die. You must go to them and ask for these books, and bring me what you find to me. Bring what you find to me. Okay. So she wants the written prophecies of the dissident priests. I guess we'll get to that at some point. So tell me, Nibani Mesa, do I pass the test of the Nerevarine prophecies? You are not the Nerevarine. Okay then. Case over. Thank you for watching. This is the end of this playthrough. I'm just kidding. There must be some other explanation there. You are one who you may become the Nerevarine. It is a puzzle and a hard one. But you have found some of the pieces and you may find more. Do you choose to be the Nerevarine? Then seek the lost prophecies among the dissident priests of the temple. Find the lost prophecies, bring them to me, and I will be your guide. And take these copies of the Stranger and the 7 Visions. Now, I have told you all I know. Go, think on what I've told you, and do what must be done. Okay. Thank you, Nibani. I will certainly heed your words and think on them and other things of that nature. Let's take a look at what she gave us. The Stranger. She has already told us this in person. And the 7 Visions, which is also something she said in words, and then we wrote them down. By the way, Enoriel really likes this. She feels like she's one of those people who, I don't know what they are called, who go from village to village and collect and write down lost knowledge. So that's certainly a very bard-like thing to do, and she certainly feels like she's up to the task. Anyway, let's go ahead and mark this place, as we certainly need to come back here at some point. So for now, let's go ahead and go to, I think, Nisus via Omsiv intervention. Yes, it's Nisus. So let's go to the Silstrider port and catch a ride to probably Balmora. We need to tell Caius what we have heard from these Ashlanders.
Why walk when you can ride?
Indeed, why?
Where would you like to go?
Let's check the time. It's 5 AM.
Yes, Outlander.
What is it, traveler? What do you seek?
Hello, Caius. And boy, I have some news for you. Are you here to discuss your orders? Yes, I am. You've spoken with Sul Matul and Nibani Maisa, and from what they say, it sounds like you could really be the Nerevarine. That's just incredible. But I'll have to get used to the idea. Let me try to get word to Macramilo. Maybe she can find out whether the dissident priests have any lost prophecies. But in the meantime, I have a very tough assignment for you. Do you think you're ready? I'm willing, but cautious. Good. Cautious is smart. I'm going to give you the mission, but I'm going to give you 400 drakes. Before you head out, before you head out, make sure you outfit yourself with healing potions, new gear, a little training, whatever you think you need most. And if you get in trouble, back off, rest up, and go back fresh. Don't take any chances. I think this will be a tough one. Okay. Here's your mission. Fort Buckmoth sent a patrol to Narmak, hunting smugglers with 6th House connections. They found a 6th House base, a 6th House shrine, and a 6th House priest named Dagoth Gares. Speak to Champion Raisa Apulia at Fort Buckmoth. She'll tell you about the patrol and the 6th House base. Your orders. Find that 6th House base, kill Dagoth Gares, and bring me a full report on the 6th House base. Okay. 6th House base, 6th House base, 6th House base, 6th House base. So, do I get it right that I need to get to a 6th House base and do something there? I'm not quite sure yet. Let's ask about that again. Champion Raisa Apulia at Fort Buckmoth says a patrol found 6th House base in a cave the locals call Ilunibi. However, the one trooper who escaped to report has died of corpus disease. Before he died, the trooper reported fighting with monsters and cultists, and something about a powerful 6th House priest called Dagoth Gares. But go talk to Raisa Apulia at Fort Buckmoth. She'll have all the details. Okay. So he died of corpus disease? Shouldn't I be worried about that? I don't know much about it. I've never seen a case myself. You can get it from contract with the Red Mountain monsters they call corpus beasts. I think it's like a blight disease, only worse. It usually drives victims mad and causes terrible deformed growths on the body. I'll check my informants and find out how to cure it. In the meantime, just follow your orders. I don't know what else to do. Okay. And you say I need to go to Fort Buckmoth. Where is that? Fort Buckmoth is the Imperial Legion's garrison for Redurn District. The fort lies south of Aldrune, a short walk from Aldrune's south gate. Okay. So we need to get to Aldrune and then head out the south gate there. That sounds like it could be done.
What do you need?
So let's head to Aldrune. I kinda chose a convoluted path to get here, but whatever. Yeah. I need a ride to Aldrune.
Why walk when you can ride?
Because it's just over here. So let's save the game here. And head through the south gate here. And that must be the fort over there. Oh yeah. Let's loot. Let's loot some more. And now we can get to Fort Buckmoth, which is right over here. Hello. Okay. Anything interesting? Yeah, everybody's talking about the Nerevarine prophecies now. Little do they know, I am the Nerevarine. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Keep moving.
I am moving. Let's head inside. And let's find this Race Apulia, who is right here. Hello there.
Greetings.
I'm Race Apulia, champion of the Legion garrison here at Bokmoth Legion 4th. And you're an Oriel. Caius Cozadis sent you, didn't he? Caius says you're the one to handle this 6-house base near Narmak. Yes, I am. Only one trooper returned. He died soon after, horribly disfigured with corpus disease and out of his wits. In his ravings, he spoke of a cavern on the coast. He called it Ilunibi. It's not on our maps. Try asking locals in Narmak. They fought with cultists and disfigured man-beasts, corpus monsters, I think. They fled the attackers and got lost in the caves. They ran into a half-man creature named Dagoth Garrus. This Dagoth Garrus slew the rest of the patrol, but spared the one trooper. He told the trooper he was being spared so he might tell others that the sleeper awakes, and the 6th house has risen, and Dagoth is lord and I am his priest, and all will be one with him in the flesh. The trooper awakened outside the caves and returned here. We couldn't recognize him as he didn't respond to questions. Just kept rambling on like a madman until he died. Okay, that sounds pretty bad. So tell me about this corpus disease. I've heard of corpus disease before, but never seen it. The trooper's flesh was swollen and covered with growths. His bones twisted and lost their shape. He spoke to himself as if in a dream. We didn't recognize him at first, except for his clothing and armor. The fort chaplain tried spells and potions, but couldn't cure the disease. He died soon after he reached the fort. Didn't realize how fast corpus kills. It sure wasn't pretty. The troops seem shaken. I'm a little worried myself, to tell the truth. Okay. So tell me about this Ilunibi. That's what the dead trooper called the sea caverns where he found the 6th house base. It's not on our maps and no one here has heard of it. Maybe the locals in Narmak can tell you where to find it, or you may have to search for it yourself. Okay? So Narmak, please refresh my memory as to how to get there. Narmak is an island fishing village on the Bitter Coast, roughly west of Caldera and Aldrin. Here, let me mark it on your map. There is no marked route to Narmak from Aldrin. It's no easy trip. From patrols, our patrols take the Balmora Road. At the east is Balmora Aldrin signpost. Go south, then immediately west on the side road to Drulen Fallen's cottage. Then head cross country west to the coast, with the old Dunmer stronghold at Andasreth as a landmark. When you hit the coast, turn south. Follow the coast, wading around headlands when necessary. Past a shipwreck, when the coast levels out and turns from barren rock to green swamp, you're in the Bitter Coast region. Keep south with the water on your left until you see Narmak, an island just off the coast. There's a crude plank bridge through some rocks to the island itself. It's a rough place, probably popular with adventurers, smugglers and outlaws. But maybe someone in Narmak can tell you how to find the Ilunibi sea caverns. Okay. Thanks for the information and the horrible description of that corpus victim. I think this concludes this episode. I will continue my adventures to this Ilunibi in the next one. So thank you for watching, and bye bye.